All right, let's get started. So, first of all, does everyone hear me good? Are we all right? Perfect, perfect. So, I'm in a bit of a moving chaos right now. Oh my camera just died. My camera just died. Oh my God. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. I'm in a freaking moving chaos right now, so I'll just do like this. Right. Trying to figure everything out. All right, now it should be good. Mm, yeah, and that works. All right. Then let's do like this. No worries. So I have a little special call for today. Today I just wanted to have this training because we do a lot of trading talk on the trading calls, but for me the most important part was my mindset and my personal development. So I'll just do like this as well. So mindset is a part of everything in the industry we're in right now, and most people forget about that part. And I just know that when I started in this journey about 5 years ago, I didn't have that mindset to know how to handle more money, to know how to trade, to know how to handle my emotions and everything that comes into this industry. And what I realized is I started doing a little bit of personal development. I started reading some books and I started doing these things that my mentors told me, and I saw that my bank account was showing that as well. I started to get better at trading. I started to win more. I started to elevate in all of these spaces that I wanted to elevate, and I started to making more money. And when I started to make more money, you know what I did? I stopped with personal development because I was like, all right, now I'm making money. I don't need this shit anymore. Like, there's no way I'm gonna keep reading books. Like, that shit's boring. And what happened? It stopped there. I didn't make any more money. It started to go down again. I started to feel worse. I started to have self-doubt. I started to have all of these things in my head going around. I started to get in really, really tough periods in my life. And I think it was Emil who told me that you have to keep going with the personal development. You have to keep doing that stuff because this isn't something that you can do for 6 months and then be done for the rest of your life because you're always gonna develop in personal development. You always can be better person. You can always achieve more. So don't stop just because you're getting some results. It's the same thing with this business or in trading that you don't stop trade when you start to win some trades, right? That's when you keep going. That's when you do more education. That's when you take more trades. That's when you're starting to do more and more and more. It's the same way with personal development. So keep that in mind with everything you're doing. It might not show right away, but once it starts to show, don't stop doing what took you there, all right? Don't stop with all of these things that took you to the place that you started to make money. Because what's gonna happen, you're not gonna make any more money. So my mindset training today is actually from a book I read pretty recently, and it's The Science of Getting Rich. I think some of you have read it, some of you heard us talk about it, and I read it now a couple of times. And I really like that book, and I like the mindset shift that it gives you if you hear it or read it for the first time. Because what you're gonna realize is that getting rich and getting wealthy isn't about how hard you work. It isn't about what you're doing in actions. It's about your mindset. Right? Getting rich is a mindset. Getting rich is something that happens in your head. It's not what you're doing every single day. It's not how hard you work. It's not how many calls you're on. It's not how many people you prospect. It's not how many hours you spend in front of the charts. It's more about where is your mindset about it. Do you attract money? Do you attract wealth? Do you attract good things? Or are you still thinking about all of this bad stuff that happened 15 years ago? Do you still remember that you fall down in front of the really pretty girls in school? Like, are you still thinking about those stuff? Or are you thinking about how can I achieve more? How can I get more money? And I think that this is really beneficial to learn how I look at my personal development, because I don't want to host a call where you speak about you should do this, you should do that. My call is only more about what I feel like when I read these things, what I do every single day to achieve more, what personal struggles I've been through, because I think that's gonna help you more. And the first thing that I learned when I read this book and some other books is that it's everything that's gonna happen to you, everything in your life, it all starts in your head. All right. And this is really controversial to say, but depression, feeling sad, feeling lonely, feeling bad, having bad thoughts, all of this stuff, it's all in your head. All right. It's all in your head. So you can change that. It is, I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that it goes over a day. It can take months, years, all right? But it's all up to you to change those feelings. It's all up to you how you're feeling. And that's one thing that many people realize when we start doing trips and incentives together, because you feel the energy you get from other people and you feel really, really good. That's why me personally, I love going on trips with Emil and Michael and Philip all over the world, because my energy is feeling really, really good then. And if I'm having some personal problems, I am having bad feelings about some stuff that me myself, I'm not strong enough in my mind to push them away. I'm getting help from their energy and their positive vibes to push them aside so you can feel happy, right? Because if you start every single day with just saying to yourself that this is a good day, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling grateful about everything I have, I'm feeling grateful about the opportunity I have in front of me, I'm feeling grateful about the team and the community we're building right now, I'm feeling grateful about the cash checks and my daily choice, you're gonna have a good day. But if you start your day waking up and be like, oh, it's raining outside, it's dark, I have to go to work, oh, then I have to do this, and then I have to do that, and oh, I need to go to the gym, and oh, no, I'm not, no, I'm this bad day. Then yeah, of course your day's gonna suck. Of course it's gonna suck. So don't be that person. Wake up instead and be like, I have the opportunity to go to a work. I have the opportunity to get money. I have the opportunity to go to the gym. I'm feeling grateful that I have the opportunity to work close to people like Emil. I have the opportunity to work close with a community that want to strive for more. I have the opportunity to learn more trading today. Then you're gonna feel better. You're gonna have a lot more energy during the day. And you know what? You're gonna get more time, you're gonna get more results. So it all starts when you wake up in the morning, how your mindset is, right? And when you start to think about how this connects with your trading, just know that trading is an emotional thing and it's 90% all in your head. So for those of you who feel like, oh, he's not even talking about trading, how is this going to help my trading? Yes, I am. This is definitely going to help your trading. This is definitely going to take your trading to the next level. Because if you straight through bench watch all of the videos on the academy, it's going to take you a week to learn everything you need to be profitable in trading. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's all you need to be profitable and make money in trading. Because trading isn't that hard. It's really simple. But it's not easy to be profitable because it's so much in your head that you need to develop. You have to learn how to use money. You need to learn how to control your feelings. You need to learn how to manage all of the emotions you have when you're trading. You need to learn how to not push money away from you, but attract more money. And how can you do that? It's really, really hard to know if you don't work on these things. So the first thing that many people do is they don't attract money. They push it away from themselves. And one thing I heard a lot, right? A lot from my parents, for example, and other people is that money makes people do bad things. It, rich people do a lot of bad things. Don't be a bad person if you get money. And the thing is that there's nothing that money can do. Money is just paper. Money is just numbers. Money doesn't control what you're doing. Money doesn't do what all of these bad things, all right? But with money, your personality and what you believe in and what you want to do gets bigger because you can do more, right? If you're a bad person, you have the money to do worse things. But if you're a good person, you have the money to do more good things, to do better things, to help more. So it's all up to you what you want to do with the money. So we can't blame the money for all the problems that we see. We can't blame the money for all the bad things people do because money doesn't do anything. I don't know. I don't know if you're like crazy or something, but I can't speak with money. Like that's just paper. So it can't do bad things. But the person with the money can do bad things, or he can do good things. So if you decide that you want to do good things, then money is really good for you because you can help more people. You can achieve more. You can help everyone you need to help with the money. So start attracting that. Start think about all of the good things you want to do with money and start finding out why do you want more money? Because if you figure that out, you're going to start to attract money, right? Start feeling grateful about the things you have in your life as well. Because one of the biggest things is that you want to be grateful. All right. If you're grateful, you're attracting more good things in your life. All right. I know you heard a lot of speaking about energy and all of that stuff, but it's true because you attract more things if you're grateful and happy about things. So, what I usually do is every single day I write down three things that I'm grateful about. And it doesn't have to be related to trading or network marketing or this business or the people here, just anything. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful I have food on the table. I'm grateful that my parents aren't sick. It can be whatever. But start practicing showing grateful, all right? Start practicing being grateful every single day, and you're gonna see that it's gonna spread out to your every single day activities. The other thing I want to talk about more in the sense of our community is we don't have competition here. All right? We don't. I know that a lot of people like me is super competitive, but we don't have competition here against each other. Every single one benefits from every single results we have. Every single one benefits from every single result you see. If Sindri goes out and make 1 million tomorrow, you know what? I'm gonna be super happy for him because his happiness in making that 1 million, his struggles he's been through, everything he's walked through to get to that point, that's gonna help me. Because you know what? If he can achieve making 1 million in a day, you know what he can do then? He can jump on a call like this and explain exactly how he does it for you guys. So start being grateful for every single one in this community. Start being grateful for everyone outside of the community as well. There's no competition here. You don't have to be mad or sad or feel that you're missing out on something if someone else is making money, if someone else is making a payout, if someone else is getting funded, if someone else gets a new business partner, someone else ranks up. Because that's only good. We're in the only industry in the world where it's good where other people gets more results than you. Just think about that for a second. We're in the only industry in the world where you benefit from other people getting good results. You can't find that anywhere else. So we have no negative energy in the whole community, in the whole company. We're one of the only places there is where everything is good because you only need to have positive vibes about everything because we can celebrate every single success. We can achieve more things together and we can help each other get to the top. The only reason why we have big super leaders like Matt Taylor or Joe Wilson and Josh the CEO is because they didn't go to the next rank by themselves. They didn't push for the next rank, next rank, next rank. You know how they ranks up? They'd be like, okay, I'm at this level right now. How can I get as many people as possible to my level? How can I help them achieve more than me? And automatically they're gonna achieve more. It works the same way in everything in this company. If I make a good trading week, if I get really, really good results, you know what my first thought is? How can I help everyone in the team get the same results? How can I get everyone to have the same success that I have? Because if I can get more people the same success, we can together help even more people. So it's only good for everyone. So really be grateful for every single thing we have here right now. All right? Be grateful for the time that everyone puts in to be on these calls, to give you these values. Because no one's forcing anyone to do this. We won't do this because we love helping people. We love spreading joy and we love spreading the energy. The other thing you want in your mindset is to think in an overflow state, not in a lack of state. And what I mean with that is that there's a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and you can form things from your thoughts. And it's the same thing I talked about earlier with if you're feeling sad and if you're feeling depressed and all of these bad thoughts, you're only feeling that way because you're tricking yourself to feel that way. So everything you think about, everything your mind is spinning around in your head about, that's what's going to happen. And a great way to think about that is that they did a study. I don't have the exact numbers and the page for this, but I can look it up for you guys if you want it. But they did a study a couple of years ago about who got in accidents the most. And they asked everyone who got in an accident if they were afraid of getting in an accident before it happened. And about 80% said that they are afraid of getting in an accident. And they were the people who got in an accident. Isn't that really weird that so many people that got in an accident was so afraid of getting in an accident? Because they was thinking about it all of the time. When they were driving the car, when they were on a plane ride, when they're on a bus, when they were riding their bike, when they're going over the street, they were thinking, hopefully no one hit me. Hopefully someone hit me. Oh, I don't want to go in an accident. Oh, I don't want to hit someone. Oh, I don't want to be in an accident. Of course it's gonna happen. But if you're on the other side and you're thinking, of course I'm not gonna be in an accident. Of course this ride is gonna go good. Of course it's gonna go well. Of course I'm gonna make money. Of course I'm gonna learn more trading. Of course I'm gonna get this partner in. Then that's gonna happen. Because everything you think about, everything in your mind, that's what you're attracting. So start programming your mind to think about the things you want. This is one of the reasons why you won't need to have a gold card with you. You need to have a gold card. You have to think about all of the things that you want. Because if you think about it all of the time, that's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna achieve. You can ask Emil when we were in our previous company how much I talked about that. Not that I wanted to be an educator, not that hopefully it's gonna happen. I told him and all of the other leaders, I'm like, I'm gonna be an educator. I'm the next educator. I am an educator. I recorded videos in my saved Telegram message with myself of me going out around in the morning after a jog, after a call, recording myself saying, I'm happy and grateful now that I'm a new educator. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm an educator in Forex. I'm happy and grateful now that I have live sessions in front of thousands of people. So in my mind, there was nothing else that's gonna happen. In my mind, I was already an educator. In my mind, it was already done. It might not take the same time I wanted it to take, but it happened. So that it took 1 or 2 months more, it's okay with me because it happened. Because that was the only thing I was thinking about. I knew that it was gonna happen. I knew that I was gonna be an educator. So I was thinking about it every single day to make it happen. And you know, the funny thing about that is when I started to think about it like that it was already gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna be an educator. You know, my daily routine changed like this because I realized that the way I am right now is not how I want to be an educator. The knowledge I have in trading right now is not enough to be an educator. The results I have right now is not enough to be an educator. The mindset I have is not enough to be an educator. So what did I do? I started working on all of those things every single day. Because in my mind, I was an educator. So an educator needs to know all this stuff. So it's really easy for me to work on it every single day. It's the same thing if you want to hit a rank, for example. Look at what the people with that rank is doing, the responsibilities, how they're acting, how they're working, what their daily routine is, and start doing the same thing and start thinking about that all of the time because then it's gonna happen. Another funny thing I read in a book was the most millionaires created from nothing is the ones that work with other millionaires. And the main thing why that happened was because they started acting like the millionaires. They started doing the same thing as the millionaires. Their daily routine changed to exactly the same as someone who made $1 million a month. And there you see that it's not about how hard you work. It's not about how much information you can take in. It's more about the mindset you have and your daily routine of achieving those goals. If your mindset is correct and you're doing the right things for it, then you're gonna achieve it. So it's really important for you to start working in that direction instead. For me personally, I took the wrong path for the first 2 years. I thought that working is gonna take me where I wanted to, but it didn't. And then I started listening to my mentors who told me personal development. That's what you want to do. You need personal development. Can you imagine for 2 years, I said to my mentor that do I look like a nerd? Do I look like someone who can read books? Like I play ice hockey and I'm doing this and that. I was like, I'm not gonna freaking take up a book when I'm done. Like I'm gonna watch Netflix or something. I can watch videos if you send them on YouTube, but I'm not picking up a book and reading that. And then when I heard it every single day for months and months and months and saw that my results aren't getting better, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it for 2 months. I was like, I can pick a book. I'm gonna read that book. It's gonna take me about 2 months to read that book. I'm like, if I don't see anything, any results after this book, like it doesn't work. And the funny thing is that before I was done with like the first 3 chapters of that book, I started getting better results. I was like, holy wow, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, come on. All right. Then let's continue with this. So we're not saying that you need personal development because we want to push some person or we want to push some specific thing that we just like to waste your time with. We're pushing it because it's one of the most important parts of this industry. I am pushing it for you because it's the most important part of my journey and my experience and my results. I wouldn't be in the place I am today, being able to go to Spain for a couple of weeks next week with Emil and visiting Michael and Simon, if I didn't do personal development. Because I wouldn't be in the position I am in today without it. So if you haven't done it already, I'm gonna be super mad at you, but every single one should be in a personal development group that we have on Telegram. It's on the last page of the startup from the website. If you're not in it, join it right now and start looking at the personal development things we have there. If you want something else to look at, just message me or Emil or Michael or Philip or anyone. And we're gonna give you more things to look at if you want directions. But one book that I really, really recommend every single one to read, or two books, sorry, two books. So the first book is a really short book. It's green because of money, and it's How to Make Your First 10 Million. The other book is The Science of Getting Rich. If you haven't read those, read them, listen to them on like Audible or like Storytel or something like that. But go through those books because it's gonna change your mindset completely. And you're gonna start to understand the things I've gone through today, and you're gonna start to attract more good things in your life. All right? Because everyone has bad times, everyone has these days or weeks where nothing goes right, all right? And that's when you need the personal development to get you out of those problems, all right? That's when you need your mindset to be strong enough to get you out of it as fast as possible. I'm not saying that I don't feel bad sometimes. I'm not saying that I don't have bad days or bad weeks because I do. Emil knows this that sometimes I'm calling him and I'm like I'm not getting out of bed. Like this is fucked up. But the best thing about it is that I know that it's only in my head. So I take a day and be like, all right, today is not that day. I'm just gonna take it easy, walk through this. But tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a good day, and tomorrow I'm gonna feel good and I'm gonna keep working. And instead of me sacking around for 3 weeks over the same thing, it takes me a day and then I'm back on the grind. And that's the power that you're gonna develop with personal development. So I'm just gonna look. I think someone responded in the chat. I saw a question. Yeah, second book, Science of Getting Rich. Exactly. But with that, I'm gonna round off this call because it's like 30 minutes and I don't like long calls. But I hope that you got some value from this call. I hope that you understand the meaning of why personal development is so important in trading and in this community and in this industry overall, because it really, really is. So make sure you join the Telegram group. Make sure you start doing your personal development. And with that said, take care, peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next call. Bye bye.